Oh boy, Trump legal case update, and it's actually good news. We're getting some good fucking memes out of this one. This is news straight, fresh off the presses, hot buns straight out of the oven just from today, the 18th. Trump is unable to make $464 million bond in civil fraud case, his lawyers tell court. Now, this is nothing new, really. The idea that, like, rich people trying to get out of paying rich people fines and bonds and what have you can't afford it. Now, this is not like a criminal bond, right? Like, Trump isn't sitting in a jail cell waiting for, like, bond to get paid, but he can't afford it. That's not the kind of bond we're talking about here. Anyway, we got a news thingy here to tell us all about
Kara,
it.
what comes next?
Whoa. That was loud. Hold on. Is that Wolf Blitzer in the next frame? Has he started losing a lot of hair? Maybe I'm embarrassing myself. Maybe that's not Wolf. I don't watch a shitload of CNN, to be honest with you guys. I'm more of an MSNBC kind of guy now. I watch whatever is doing the best job covering the given topic. That isn't like Fox News or Breitbart.
So, Kara, what comes next in this process?
So now it is before the appeals court. There's been briefing on this. It's up to this New York State appeals court to decide whether to allow Trump to move forward with the appeal and stop the Attorney General's office from seizing properties, to give them this time to have the court case play out.
Dude, that is hilarious. The idea that they're going to have to, like, take his shit to liquidate it in order to pay for this. You know what? If Trump is losing money and he's losing the stuff that he contains his money within, that makes me happy. It's not a jail cell. It's not handcuffs. It's not him behind bars. But he's losing money. And bad people losing money is good. Yeah, it's Wolf Blitzer. He's getting old. You can see it. That is normal over late 50s. No, I'm not saying I'm not shit talking or anything. You know, he's a fine guy. I'm just saying I haven't seen him in a while. Okay, it's he's physically gotten noticeably older since last I saw him. It's just a little bit of a shock. You know,
If the court says that Trump does not get this stay, Trump's side is asking them to allow them to put their ruling on hold so they can appeal to the highest appeals court in New York State. Those will be decisions for the New York appeals court to decide. And of course, the New York Attorney General's office has opposed this. They want the appeals court to allow them to enforce the injunction now if Trump cannot post that bond.
You know what's fucking hilarious? Trump is in so many legal cases right now. I don't know which one they're referring to here still. They have been so unspecific, and there's so many, I don't know which one this is. Here. Former President Donald Trump can't find an insurance company to underwrite his bond to cover the massive judgment against him in the New York Attorney General's civil fraud case, his lawyers told a New York appeals court. Trump's attorneys said he has approached 30 underwriters to back the bond, which is due by the end of this month. Quote, the amount of the judgment with interest exceeds $464 million, and very few bonding companies will consider a bond of anything approaching that magnitude. Holy, I mean, that is a lot of goddamn money to give somebody with the hope they pay it back, you know? It's State of New York versus Trump. Well, I know it's definitely a New York one. Oh, it's just tax stuff? Oh, that's funny. Trump's lawyers wrote, Trump himself was ordered to pay $454 million. The $464 million includes the disgorgement for his adult sons, Don Jr. and Eric. An insurance broker, Gary Giulietti, who testified for Trump during the civil fraud trial, signed an affidavit stating that securing a bond in the full amount is a practical impossibility. Potential underwriters are seeking cash to back the bond, not properties, according to Trump's lawyers. Mind you, the GOP is running out of money right now. Trump is running for president and is himself running out of money right now. He is going to have to fund his campaign either entirely off of, like, magically just appearing PAC money, and donations, or he's going to have to grassroots fund a substantial amount of his money for this campaign. You did mention that, Eugene Crabb. You did say that. You did say the GOP and Trump are running out of money. Maybe this ends up having an impact. Trump's lawyers have asked the appeals court to delay posting the bond until his appeal of the case is over, arguing that the value of Trump's properties far exceed the judgment. If the appeals court rules against him, Trump asked the court to delay his posting the bond until his appeal to New York's highest court is heard. Oh, Trump's going to try to claim that individual things he owns have more value than they really do, so they take less stuff and account it as being worth more to make up for as much of the amount he owes as possible without having to actually give up as much stuff. His lawyers are going to try to argue this. Trump said Monday he thought it was practically impossible for him to post the bond. In a post on Truth Social, he claimed the size of the bond is unconstitutional, un-American, unprecedented, and hold on, wait.
The size of the bond is unconstitutional, un-American, unprecedented, and practically impossible for any company, including one as successful as mine. The bonding companies have never heard of such a bond of this size before, nor do they have the ability to post such a bond, even if they wanted to.
Last month, Trump was ordered to pay $355 million in disgorgement or ill-gotten gains by New York Judge Arthur Engoron. In a civil... God, that Arthur Engoron guy, he does not fuck around with Trump. Was he the one who said, "Sit down, Mr. Trump"? Or was that the... No, that must have been the E. Jean Carroll rape case. Or was that the Georgia RICO case? Or no, the New York RICO case. The Georgia case is a different one. Man, we really... I swear I'm not overplaying how many my confusion to make a joke about how many cases there are. I'm actually getting it like mixed up in my head. I'm not even joking. There's so many that we've covered. It's getting a little insane. The amount Trump owed surpassed $450 million with interest included. Trump is appealing the ruling, but in order to stop the state from enforcing the judgment, Trump has to post a bond to be held in account pending the appellate service, or the appellate process, which could take years to litigate. Trump posted a $91.6 million bond earlier this month as part of his appeal in the E. Jean Carroll defamation case. But Giulietti said some of the biggest underwriters have internal policies that limit them from securing a bond in excess of $100 million. None of them, he said, including some of the largest insurance companies in the world, will accept real estate. They are only comfortable taking cash or stock, so he's going to have to liquidate it. Including fees and interest, he said Trump would need to come up with more than $550 million is the final total. Over the course of my career... Wait, whose quote is this? This might be one of his lawyers, so I'm not going to... Oh, yeah, Giulietti. Over the course of my career, during which I have been directly or indirectly involved in the insurance of thousands of bonds, I have never heard nor seen an appeal bond of this size for a private company or individual win, Giulietti said. After substantial good faith effort over the last several weeks, obtaining an appeal bond for the judgment amount of over $464 million is just not possible under these circumstances. Alan Garton, the top legal officer of the Trump Organization, said in a sworn statement that Chubb, which underwrote Trump's $91.6 million bond to cover the Carroll judgment, could not accept real estate to secure the civil fraud bond. Garton called the lack of underwriters to accept real estate a major obstacle to securing a bond. Trump campaign spokesman Stephen Chung, I guess that's how it's pronounced, I don't know, blasted the size of the fraud judgment. A bond of this size would be an abuse of the law, contradict bedrock principles of our republic. I love how much it's all about playing the victim, dude. Like Trump is all about coming off like, I'm the big, bad, tough guy, nothing sticks to me. Please don't, I'm a big victim, they're persecuting me. Yeah, okay, maybe they are, Trump. You really are convincing with your pleading. We'll let you get off with another one. You see, I am untouchable. I am Teflon Don. I can get away with anything. You know, it's like his way of getting away with anything is to beg and plead, play victim, garner sympathy, and try to wiggle his way out of it like a wounded snake or a worm or like a cockroach that's been half stepped on. A bond of this size would be an abuse of the law, contradict bedrock principles of our republic, and fundamentally undermine the rule of law in New York, he said. President Trump will continue fighting and beating all of these crooked Joe Biden-directed hoaxes and will make America great again. Oh, fantastic. I do not have good hopes. I do not have high hopes for Trump here. Nor do I think his chances are good when his lawyers are clearly just massive yes men. Nice. Oh, look, they made a little, hey, look, the fake news media issuing a correction. This story has been updated to correctly spell the name of Trump's insurance broker, Gary Giulietti. It has also been updated to include additional details and background information. That goddamn fake news media trying to look like they care about telling people the truth and accurately reporting things. Obviously, every journalist that works for every single news organization is in cahoots in order to push an evil fake news agenda in order to make Trump look bad. That is clearly the only explanation for why there's a general consensus among reporters and journalists that Trump is a lying piece of shit who has a lot that he's covering up and should be brought to justice for. Clearly, it's all just a unanimously held bias. Everyone else is the problem, not Trump.